Welcome everyone to another episode of Tutorial Tuesday. It is week 38, 2020. Thank you for tuning in and thank you for participating. I have a few announcements and then we'll get right into your questions. So with that, announcement number one. If you guys haven't seen my post yet, I want you to check out the cover of the September-October issue of the AQHA Journal. It's featuring my good friend Hadley Hunting. So check that out. Hadley, thanks for everything you've done for me over all these years. I appreciate you, friend. Announcement number two. If you haven't yet checked out my friend Waylon's page, she's doing a Teaching Tuesday. Get over there, ask her any baking questions that you have. She's the celebrity pastry chef from the Food Network's Cake Wars show, so check that out. Announcement number three. I'll be releasing on Friday the 2021 photography retreat schedule. I can tell you that I released it to those on my email list on just this last Friday, and I'm one person away from filling up the annual retreat. So be sure to watch for that this Friday. I'll be releasing that schedule publicly. So let's get right into your questions. Our first question comes in from Clydesdale Carol. Thank you for this. She asks, how did I become associated with organizations like the AQHA and others? Presumably this question is more about how I became associated with them in terms of getting my work published. From that angle and from that perspective, I can tell you that I've been a freelance photographer for over a decade. This is what I do for a living. And as a result of that, I need to market myself. And marketing myself or marketing yourself can come down to emails, shaking hands, social media, just getting your name out there. And that's what I've done to be associated, to have my work used and published and featured in these organizations. From a personal perspective, though, we have registered quarter horses, so we're already a member of that organization, and our youngest, Cheyenne, was also a national director in that organization as well. So thank you for the question, Carol. Our second question comes in from Randy. He wants to know what my top three favorite lenses are. I can tell you the two right off the top of my head, and that is the 70-200 f2.8 image stabilized lens. This is the second version of this lens, and then this one, my 16-35 f2.8 lens. If I need to go to work, if I need to get some work done, I'm going to pick up my workhorse, the 70-200. This shows us what the image looks like. The 16-35, this shows us what the image feels like. Past that, it's going to be probably a specialty lens like the 1-500 or the 2-400 or the 400 2.8 or even the 600 f4. Those are some incredible lenses, but these two are my top two favorite lenses. Thanks, Randy. Next question in from Jake, and he asks, what platforms do I use to share my work with my clients? Great question, Jake. Number one, the platform that I use is Dropbox. Just put the images in there, share the link with your client. You can even put an expiration date on that link, which I do. The second platform, when I'm doing event work or something like that, like a roping, I'll put those on my website and people can order from there. It's pretty rare that I use my website to actually deliver the images to my client, but 95% of the time it's through Dropbox. Great question, thank you. Lori, thank you for this question. She asked, what type of experience should I have in order to attend one of your photography retreats? The answer to that, Lori, is passion. I want you to come to my retreat with a passion for learning, with a passion for creating compelling imagery through the Western lifestyle. I want you to come to my workshop not with the most technical experience. We host beginners, intermediate, advanced. It doesn't really matter what kind of technical experience you have, because I start us all from the same launch pad. And that starts by going through just the stupid photography nomenclature that's out there, like what the heck is a stop? We also talk about exposure and putting these things to work for you. And in the first day, we put you in the director's chair, creating images deliberately. Then we take that skill and we move to the second day, where you're covering some type of Western activity using the skills that you learned on that first day. And then we wrap up with a group project. Just come with a hunger for learning, Lori. Thank you.